Crackdown. An Atlanta rapper is one of a dozen indicted for racketeering. Now, the charges are all related to the Bloods gang activity spanning over a decade. Natisha Lance has more from the 75-page indictment.
Tonight, Rayshawn Bennett, known as rap artist Yfn Lucci, ordered back to jail. He's one of a dozen men allegedly associated with the Bloods gang in Atlanta and Miami. The Fulton County DA's office dropped the 105-count indictment Monday, accusing the group of racketeering.
She did a RICO indictment, and this is something that is unusual. The indictment ranges from murder all the way down to possession of a firearm by a convicted felon.
The alleged criminal activity goes back to 2010, but Bennett's activity is not named until February 2020. That's when they say a music video titled Shine On included lyrics promoting criminal gang activity and displayed common blood gang identifiers, including hand signs, language, clothing, and colors. Bennett is currently out on bond in connection to the shooting death of a man in Southwest Atlanta in December.
We expect them to either turn themselves in or our fugitive unit will go apprehend them.
As of 2019, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation reported 70,000 gang members in Georgia. The agency formed a gang task force the same year, focusing on prosecuting gang members under state anti-gang laws, which helped the Fulton DA land the indictment. 11 Alive reached out to the DA, but she was not available for comment.
YouTube, what it is. How y'all like my new set, man? I think I fuck with this. Light and cool. But what it is, good people, man, we back at it, man. I'm ready to introduce something to y'all that y'all ain't seen nowhere else on YouTube once again. Yeah, man? Once again. What y'all just watched, that was Yfn Lucci indictment. A lot of people already know about it, but it kind of faded to the background since all this Young Thug shit was going on. And I'm going to give y'all the reason as to why it faded. Because some information that came out in the last couple days. But nobody really explained it, so I'm going to show y'all a few clips that you might have already seen. But the information I'm going to introduce to y'all, you might never heard on YouTube, because I haven't heard it yet, and I've been watching everybody's channel. A lot of times what I do is when I see people like oversaturated a topic, I fall back. Unless it's some information that they forgot, and I think I can bring it to, to the people. So that's what I'm going to do in this video, man. But before I do that, man, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, support the movement, man. Straight up. Keep the G blogging, man. It's a movement over here. We're a team. Everybody that subscribe, man. Salute to y'all. Yeah, man. But in this first clip, we're going to watch George Shit or whatever his name is. He did an interview in Atlanta. Atlanta radio station did an interview, yo, and he had some things to say. Check him out.
Is also on trial for murder, along with the other YFN guys. That starts on the same day that the YSL trial.
So it's not going to be starting then. Now, is there... So... George, in your opinion, is that coincidental?
It is.
Is it okay?
No, it is. It's just bad luck.
It's going to be a lot of jury.
And honestly, I think they may end up having to shift days and postpone.
Now, before I continue and get back to Young Thug, let me tell y'all something about these street wars, right? A lot of times when you got two rivals clashing, right, and his bodies dropping, you feel me? I'm talking about real beef when people can't sleep at night. Whenever you got a lot of that type of activity going on, and they can't solve the crimes, they're going to come with these indictments. Because a lot of times when you're dealing with people that's doing shootings, they selling drugs too. And it's much easier to build a case on somebody selling drugs than it is murders. Because people don't really talk about murders. Well, they're not supposed to. So what they're going to do is they're going to lock up one group first. And then they're going to double back and get the other one. But I just wanted to make y'all aware of that before we continue, because it's important in what I'm ready to tell y'all. But that was George speaking on Yfn Lucci case and Young Thug case being the same day. But like I say, he never elaborated why, because why is important. Yeah, he says it's going to get postponed, but why is it going to get postponed? The average thinker say, well, it's going to cost a lot of money. You know, they can't afford to have both trials the same day. That's true. But that's not the whole reason. You feel me? That ain't the whole reason. But before I tell y'all, we're going to go to court.
All right. How about I just ask you for his familiarity? I don't have to ask you what are your opinions. But is Yfn Lucci in the indictment? Is that correct? Or? All right.
He's a witness. Isn't he on the witness list also?
Right. Now let's get to the good part. So what we know is that Yfn Lucci been arrested for what, 2 years now? Young Thug ain't been locked up that long. But it looked like they trying to get Young Thug in court real fast. They pushing this case to the front. And you gotta know, these cases are connected. But why are they pushing Young Thug case to the front? I mean, we know why Yfn Lucci is a witness. But why is that important? Alright, so in the last video when I talked about Gunna Telling, I mentioned my case because I actually been through this type of situation. And one of the things I didn't mention, I actually left out on purpose, is I had another co-defendant who was also locked up for a violent crime. And what he tried to do was come home off of me and my peoples. You feel me? So he was locked up, but he already pled guilty. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of these YFN members already pled guilty. And part of their deal is to testify in Young Thug case. You follow me? Now, like I said, my co-defendant pled guilty. He was in the same jail the whole time. You feel me? On different tiers. And people was wondering, like, yo, if he pled guilty, why is he here? Because, you know, once you pled guilty, you're supposed to leave the county jail or the city jail and go to the system, DOC. You feel me? But in certain cases, especially cases that's involving crime like murder, they're going to hold you there because they want to ensure that you're going to come to court and testify. So that's why Yfn Lucci case is taking so long. Now they saying Thug case might take a year. That's a very long time. But we know that they real silent on Yfn case. So I wouldn't be surprised if, even though Thug case going to take a year, Yfn case going to take maybe even longer. Prior year and a day. You feel me? Because what they're going to do with Yfn case is keep postponing it until they figure out what's going on with Thug. Until they figure out what are y'all going to give us, because they already gave them something. We got to keep it real. You feel me? Yfn Lucci or his members already gave them something on Young Thug, but they got to come to court and say it. And that's what's going on. That's why Yfn Lucci case is taking so long. That's why they so quiet on it. Yeah, it might have just been a court error that they sent them to court on the same day. But it's bigger than just money. You know what I mean? Even though I doubt they got the money to try them on the same day anyway, but it's bigger than that. That's just part of the reason. The main reason is we're going to hold y'all to make sure y'all come. Because once you get in the system, you can play all type of games. And they don't want that to happen because, as you can see, they want Thug bad. So it looked like the state of Georgia, the city of Atlanta, is trading Yfn Lucci for Young Thug. Let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments, man. Do y'all think I'm on point? Or do y'all think it's just because, you know, it's going to cost too much to have them both in court? But that don't answer why Yfn Lucci case taking so long. But let me know in the comments, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, support the real, man. Keep the G blogging, man. I'm out.